Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Solo Mio, which is a romantic comedy starring Kevin James and Allison Hannigan, Kim Coates, and a very talented Italian actress who goes by the name Nicole Gramado. She was actually fantastic. I'd never seen her in anything else, and I really thought she was absolutely incredible and kind of the star of the show. So spoiler-free review, fantastic. Loved it. I got to see it with my wife on Valentine's Day, which was perfect. So really, if you enjoy romantic comedies, if you like kind of like a modern telling of kind of like a tragedy slash comedy, I think it's definitely something that you'll enjoy. It hits a lot of really good notes, and Kevin James is actually really good in the movie. I kind of think he's a little cheesy sometimes, and he came off very genuine and was an outstanding everyman. So spoiler free, go enjoy it. I think you'll really like it. I thought it was awesome. To deep dive a little bit further, let's talk about a few things. So Kevin James plays the character Matt, and Matt is a elementary school art teacher who kind of living his life has never really found the one. He's a little bit older. I think he's in his late 40s, maybe even 50 years old, and he's never found that perfect girl. So we kind of see him early on in the film meet this girl named Heather. And he proposes to Heather in front of his whole classroom, and you kind of see the relationship building, and it's very sweet. Well, they decide to get married and elope in Italy. And the day of the wedding in Italy, he's all dressed, he's ready to go, and there's no bride. He waits, and she ends up standing him up at the altar. And so where the movie kind of takes over from here is it becomes about what is he going to do now that he's in Italy. She's not answering his phone. There's actually a really funny sequence where he runs from the church to the airport to try to catch her. And then he realizes she hasn't left the country, and then he gets arrested. It's a nice sequence. Kevin James does a really good job in the movie of kind of carrying the emotional weight. He actually feels very normal in the movie. It's not like Queens Kevin James. It's not like that silly, over the top, like guy.
Runners, on your mark.
How far we gone?
Just under a K.
All right. I would have thought a little more, but okay. Time to start pacing myself.
It's very neutral. It kind of surprised me. It's kind of like whenever you watch Adam Sandler or some of those guys do something with a little bit more normal tone where they're not just screaming or being over the top. And I thought it was actually really refreshing. I thought Kevin James was an excellent everyman in the movie. So the movie then kind of picks up from there, and it's, what is he going to do? So he goes to the concierge. He's like, hey, I want a refund. I'm not going to take this vacation alone. That's weird. And they won't let him. So he has to kind of experience this whole honeymoon package, but he's on his own. And that's when you start to meet some of the other characters. So he goes to this coffee shop, and he meets Gia, who is really friendly to him and kind of like is trying to see like what's wrong with him. Like he seems upset. He seems out of place. I think the first time they meet, actually, his wallet gets stolen by some kids, and she kind of helps get his wallet back. She is very funny. She's got great presence in the movie. I thought she did an outstanding job. You also meet a couple other couples that are on this like honeymoon experience as well. And that's where you meet Kim Coates and Allison Hannigan, and I thought they were fantastic. Allison Hannigan, you're going to know her from Buffy. You're going to know her from How I Met Your Mother. She's fantastic. American Pie, of course. She's really funny. She has not a lot of screen time, but I feel like she uses all of it up as much as she can. And then Kim Coates is absolutely hilarious. He plays like this creepy guy who they've been married and divorced 3 or 4 times. And I don't know, it's very funny. The movie has a great tone. I feel like you laugh a lot and you really feel for a lot of the characters, and the characters coming off very real. So over the course of the time while they're in Italy, he starts to develop relationship feelings for this girl named Gia, who's the local Italian who works at the coffee shop. And the story kind of progresses from there. It's very funny, it's very sweet, and it's very genuine. There's a couple of really great sequences. I really enjoyed when Kevin James kind of decides he's going to throw a party because he's mad. He's upset that he's got left at the altar. So he goes out drinking and just has a wild night. That's a great sequence. Very funny. He runs into another character that kind of reoccurs throughout the film, who is this woman who's like trying to latch onto someone. Very, very, very funny. Overall, I thought the movie was great. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's right up there with, I think, a lot of great romantic comedies that have come out in the last few years. It doesn't feel too cheesy. It's not uninviting for guys. We're not talking about something like 50 Shades of Grey where you're just sitting there cringing the entire time you have to watch the movie. This is something that I feel like you could watch with your whole family. I think if it had a little bit bigger of a budget, we would be talking about this movie like it was My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I feel like it's right in that same vein where everybody's going to be able to go into this movie and come out of it experiencing something, getting something out of the movie. It's also PG, which is nice. A lot of times with romantic comedies, they get a little too dirty, a little too raunchy, and you don't feel like you want to sit next to your mom or dad while you're watching that. And this one is totally safe. There's none of that in there at all. The movie is directed by a couple of brothers. Interestingly enough, the entire production studio is like 8 different brothers in a family, which I think is pretty cool. A couple of them wrote the movie, a couple of them directed the film. I think that's pretty outstanding. But I would absolutely go check this movie out. And I think it's definitely one for a date night or just a family night in general. And like your kids can hang out and watch, which is nice because I don't feel like there's a lot of those movies that are around right now. All right, well, that's all I've got for this. Time to wrap it up. Hey, if you like this video, if you like what I'm hearing or saying, go ahead and hit like. Go ahead and click subscribe. And also be sure to check out my buddy Josh's videos as well, and we'll have more content heading your way. Thanks for checking us out.